Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new vlogging video where we're straight into the action on my birthday, no less.
Wow.
That's what he said, but that being said, our first port of call is actually to go on ahead and get this parcel shipped off, so we're going to head over to Morrison's for the post office. We'll see you there. We're going Badminton later, so let's just say I'm glad that that is not my shuttlecock right there. Okay, so I just visited the post office to get that parcel shipped off. As you could tell, I reused an old Amazon package because I'm resourceful like that. But our next stop is going to be Loughborough, which we're going to get to via the bus as we meet Luke over there. And so naturally, we will see you there after the intro has rolled itself out. Okay, so we've now gotten off the bus. You can actually hear it taking off in the background, no doubt. But we're going to be heading to the Sports Direct next, where Luke is going to have to, beforehand, tackle his greatest foe.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Before we tackle the stairs, though, here's something that you didn't know about Loughborough. Come on, Luke. You can do it. You can do it. Only a few more left to go. You can do it. This pole right here might be mighty and interesting, but it's not quite as interesting as Sports Direct, which now has a miniature game inside it, so that's quite cool. We're going to check those stores out, whilst Luke checks out Tesco because he desperately needs a drink after having achieved his victory against the stairs. Okay, so the reason why I was going into Sports Direct was because I had some old trackers that didn't fit me to return, so I traded those in and got in their place a new badminton racket, so definitely a worthwhile trade-off. That made you look infinitely better.
Thank you.
But that being said, whilst I was in Sports Direct, I also felt it would be appropriate to get from a game within Sports Direct a sports game in of itself, Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh.
I mean, there's a story behind Nintendo Switch Sports because the first time I ever played it, literally never touched the game before, I played in a tournament and won the damn thing.
That is true. I was there.
It was very exciting.
It was hype.
Okay, so now it's time for us to head off toward the leisure centre where I'm going to be playing a few rounds of badminton against Jeeves with that brand new racket I just bought. Okay, so the greatest timed event in history just happened. Whilst we were talking about Jeeves in previous clip, Jeeves snuck up behind us. Okay, that's pretty much all.
I didn't sneak up, I teleported.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even better yet. But as I was saying, that's pretty much all we needed to save this clip. We're back here in the town centre, so we're going to be continuing on our merry way, I suppose. There is the glorious CEX. We'll be checking that out when we loop back around later, but for now we have badminton to prioritise. This is a familiar sight. We're going to be heading through Queen's Park to make our way to the leisure centre, and for some reason these two behind me are talking about falling off their bikes and breaking bones.
Breaking bones is fun.
Such an appropriate conversation to have.
It's perfect for badminton. No.
And here we are, surrounded by the gorgeous scenery of Queen's Park.
Transfiguration.
Yep, that's the one. Okay, so we're talking about Transfiguration because that was the class where McGonagall transformed from a cat into a human, and Ronald Weasley had only one reaction to it. Bloody brilliant.
And then she talked about a pocket watch or something.
Exactly.
Maybe you should transform yourselves into a pocket watch.
So
That way you
on
wouldn't.
time,
Yeah, you wouldn't be late.
With that being said, Bloody Brilliant is also our response to the scenery around here, especially for water. And you can't never get enough of that cathedral. I'm so used to it being Lincoln that apparently now the Carillion has become a cathedral. So outside of the Carillion, the most notable part of Queen's Park is this here Olympics display, because as you can tell, these are all of the coloured rings of the Olympics. So now all that's left is to cross over road and make our way to the leisure centre, whilst these two in the background continue to talk about lenses and cameras and all that jazz. They are very interesting, yeah, they're very expensive, which is why Luke was saying just now, he best not drop one of them. Okay, now that we're officially up close and personal with the leisure centre, it's time to be getting along with some rounds of badminton without further ado. So before we get into our badminton games, it's time to give Jeevan here a little quiz. So he's holding in his hand two yellow shuttlecocks. Do you know what they're for?
Is this a trick question?
I'll take it as the answer to that is no. So the yellow shuttlecocks, each team gets one. They can use it once per match, and if they win using the yellow shuttlecock, they get double points. However, if the opponent wins the point, they still only get 1 point. So it's basically a very risky type manoeuvre because you can only use it once.
Normally they're white, aren't they?
No, they're always yellow.
No, I meant they're like the normal ones.
Yes, the normal shuttlecocks are white, which only grant you 1 point each
yeah,
win.
The special ones are yellow. Oh, I didn't know that.
That is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes. Let's see how it serves. Jeevan serves. Ignite hits it back. Jeevan gets a touch. And again, Ignite gets another touch. And that is past Jeevan. And it's in. So that's a point to Ignite. Right, now Ignite serves. Oh, Jeevan, sorry. And again, Ignite gets a touch. Jeevan does. And I don't know. It is 1-0. Jeevan did get the point. Ooh. Ooh. Damn. Nice hit from Jeevan. Ignite sends it back and yeah, it's the next serve. That's it for Jeevan. Ignite smashes it back and Jeevan is unable to send it back, which is a point to Ignite the fire. Oh no, that's tragic. Oh. 4-12. Yeah. Okay. Ignite is in the lead. I know who's winning now. Ignite with 12. Jeevan with 4.
Good point.
Oh. We don't know. Ooh. Ooh.
Was that it? I think it was.
Shame. 18-8. 19-8. Match point. uh, 9-19. Match point. That's out. 10-19. No longer match point. 20-10. Match point. GG's, and that is 2 Ignite. First point is to Ignite. Ooh, close. Insane saves. 1-3.
Out.
6-1 to ignite the fire. 7-1.
1.
Ignite is a show off. 8-1. 10-2 to ignite. Free 14 to ignite. Oh, shame. $14-3 to ignite the fire.
That was on the line. Let's go. 19-5.
19-5.
Match point.
Match point. Yep. Match point to ignite the fire. Oh. 6-19. And that's it. GG's to Ignite and Jeevan.
Okay, so we have Luke, Jeevan, and the most handsome figure of all, the tree.
That's good, yes.
With that being said, we're now done with the badminton matches, and Jeevan gave it a really good shot. He played really well today.
Thank you. I think the closest was 21-17.
Yeah, that was from the first match. But Jeevan was also the only one to get a yellow shuttle win at the end. He got 2 points in the last game we played off camera.
Ta-da.
That was impressive in and of itself. But now we're going to head back through town toward the Cineworld because we're meeting Krish outside for one of the escape rooms. So naturally we're going to check out some places along the way.
Oh yeah.
So that just cuts barbershop on the corner there is the place where I went to go get my hair cut. But regardless, as you can tell, to get back into town we're taking this route straight down rather than going through the Queen's Park this time. Just like that, we're back at the town centre where we find the magnificent soccer man. But what's not so magnificent is the weather. It has taken a turn for the worse in typical UK fashion. But without further ado, we are going to check out the glorious shop known as CEX. We just took a quick look around inside CEX and it would appear as though the only display piece they have is the legendary Nightmare Express back here at £30. That's more than it sold at retail, but still a pretty impressive piece all the same. So we've now finished the escape room. From what you can see behind us, it was an western theme called The Outlaws, and we beat the game with an entire 60 seconds remaining. Yep. But I gotta admit, it was one of my favourite games we've done because there was just so many small puzzles that in the end it really took up the time. Like, it's something difficult to beat in 60 minutes because there's so much to get done. Doesn't matter because we beat it in the end regardless.
I think one of the best bits was when we actually got trapped in that room.
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was also scary for a moment.
Yeah.
As you can tell, once again, the weather has taken a turn for the worse. And it's weird to be outside the Cineworld without actually watching a film for once. But anyway, this is the last time in this video we're going to be seeing Jeevs. So do you want to just update everyone on how your life's been going?
Yeah, it's been going okay. I started a new year in college, art and design. Looking forward to get the sculpture and the 3D element, which we haven't done. I didn't do that last year. So.
Well, that sounds like fun. It's better than what my second year of college would have been, because obviously my second year of college got cut short due to a certain COVID-19. But let's just say the modules I would have done weren't ones I was looking forward to. It was actually fortunate for me it getting cut off when it did, especially since I got grades based on my first assignments from the first half of the year, and those first assignments I did I got top marks on, so those top marks carried over. I did well for myself at college, I did.
Yeah.
But that being said, me and Luke have plans for the remainder of this video, so we will see you when we see you.
The following day.
Okay, so we're back home. It's particularly dark out. With that being said, how did you enjoy the weekend?
It was needed, frankly, just to be out with this legend behind the camera and just, well, spending some time with the puppy. Needed, honestly. So, thank you.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad he enjoyed himself. But this is pretty much the last we're going to be seeing of Luke this video.
Oh, okay, fine.
No, that is not the viewers' response. I'm sure they are actually, shedding tears of rejoice at the sound of No More You to come.
Exactly.
You got to celebrate good times. Come on.
Way.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to be concluding the video pretty soon, but that does mean that this is going to be a shorter episode than most, so to make up for it, I'm going to give you that room tour that I promised in the previous episode, so without further ado, let's get straight into that. So here we are for the room tour, and don't let the camera fool you, it's actually much smaller than it looks. But that being said, obviously we have the Skylanders shelf over here, which is pretty much the same as the last time we checked it out, with the exception of my Outlaw Brawl and Chain Trap having been placed upon the left-hand edge over there. But yes, that's the Skylanders shelf in all of its glory. I obviously have a rubbish bin as well, because I need somewhere to put all the rubbish now, right, as well as an old monitor that's no longer in use. We have my chair over here, which obviously I sit on for all of my gameplay videos, but it's an old one, so it creaks. Pretty much most of the stuff in this room is old, including the consoles, because that Xbox 360 back there is all the way back from 2005, though not 2005 specifically, but that is when the console first launched, and boy, does it still hold up almost 20 years later. That console was well ahead of its time, but that's not the only console I have down here. There's obviously my PlayStation 4, the Xbox Series X, and then right next to it, a top A PC that's also no longer in use. That's the one that goes alongside the monitor we saw earlier, but I don't use either of them. What I do use instead is the PlayStation 5 decked out in its awesome cobalt blue colours. Man, I love how those look. They really shine. And then there's a desk, which seems like a lot of clutter, but it's actually just a couple of remotes, obviously for Switch as well, up there. And all of these Skylanders Senseis, which you might recognise as the cast currently of Skylanders Imaginator Soul Seekers. So during that series, whenever I obviously seek out a brand new soul, this is where I place the characters in order to make sure that I remember to play as them at some point. And then on the big ass TV, which is currently connected to the Switch, I have Switch Sports, which is currently on mute, which is why you haven't been hearing it in the background, but I can change that in an instant thanks to the smart 4K television. Alexa, unmute. Is genius. Now we can hear it in the background for the rest of this clip, where obviously next up there's the outside that currently isn't too bright because it's 3 PM, so in the UK during winter time it's obviously going to be much less bright at this time of day. But yes, it is a nice view. In fact, I had a gorgeous sunset just the other day, which I'm going to show you on screen now. Man, it was so beautiful looking out the window and seeing that. But that being said, there's also these final few shelves up here, which is where my final few Skylanders items go, because obviously the collection is way too big for just those shelves over there. So naturally they also come over to these shelves where there's also all of the Marvel posters and the Transformers poster, which is actually hiding up a drill hole where the TV used to go before we moved it back here. And then the final bit of the room tour, I suppose, is the Miracle 8 Deluxe poster, which is huge, but it was a birthday present from one of my old roommates, so that's not going anywhere anytime soon. And right below it is for bed, which is definitely what takes up the grand majority of the room. It's why the room looks smaller than it actually is. But yes, that is a room in its entirety. It is magnificent, and there is a reason why we have Switch Sports on the TV right there, because I'm going to conclude this video with a little bit of badminton, because we watch badminton in real life, so we may as well watch badminton digitally as well. Okay, so immediately we've selected to go into badminton as we're searching for an opponent, and as you can tell, I've set my chair aside and I'm standing up because Switch Sports was much more so a game designed to be played stood up. It's very exciting to be playing the digital world of badminton after having 2 games of badminton physically in real life. So to match it, we're going to have 2 games digitally as well. It's only fair that we have 2 physical and 2 digital, but it is going to take us a while to search for an opponent apparently. Yes, it's very interesting having my camera set up portrait for once, but that's so I could put my face cam in the far right hand side and not disturb the gameplay screen too much, which is currently being captured by my brand new HD60S Plus is what the Elgato device name is called. It's some incredible pristine footage I'm capturing right now. It looks almost as good as that sunset from earlier. Almost anyway. But now that we have this view, you can see a little bit more of my room. Now, I didn't bother showcasing the wardrobe earlier because it's basically the thing that we see every single time, given that the desk we saw earlier, that's where I set up my tripod and my phone, and so the facecam naturally records in that direction. Without further ado, let's get going, because I only need 1 Joy-Con for badminton. It's a bit similar to how I only need 1 racket in badminton. I have tried playing fun badminton before with rackets in both hands. It does not work very well. It is the opposite of fun. Funny how you try to make the game of badminton more fun, and for a result winds up being so much less fun. So let's get this without further ado, and our opponent here is Red Hot Dad. I have no doubt that that dad is not red hot, he must be smoking hot. So, here we go. The motion controls on this game are really good. You know, by the time of the Switch, what is it? 11 years after the Wii, they've really refined motion controls. Anyway, you've got to make sure you time this correctly, otherwise you're going to do what I just did and wobble with the shuttlecock. In fact, I did it again, because it would appear as though I am much worse playing digital badminton than I am playing physical badminton. With that being said, that wardrobe behind me, it's pretty much just storing clothes and other junk, so there's really no point getting heavily into it. It's better staying where it is, nice and close, like you at least get to see it in all of its glory like you do in all the other videos. It's just interesting that that desk you saw earlier, I set up a face cam and then get straight into the gameplay with it. So naturally, I need to stop talking and really start focusing, because as you can tell, this player is a lower rank than me. Usually I win matches like these, but today I'm just playing like hot garbage. No, that guy's Red Hot Dad, I'm Red Hot Garbage. But you got to make sure you hit the shuttlecock before it goes that low, because if you hit a shuttlecock when it's low, then you fumble with it. It's like real life badminton, because trust me, in real life badminton you want to keep the shuttlecock as low as possible. As you can tell, when I hit it in its peak position, I smash the shuttlecock. But that's not the only thing you can do. You can also, okay, super smash, we got it in. But you can also do drop shots, which I have been forgetting to do with the ZR button, and you can really make your opponent have to move for it. But point is, if you can get it below their hip, then you're in a good position. Just like that. You see, boom, you drop it, and then you can smash it back of the court again. It's reminiscent of real life badminton strategy, where you want to keep the shuttlecock as far away from the opponent as possible, so you either drop it when they're at the back of the court, or you clear it when they're at the front. I have no idea what happened there. My motion controls just did not want to work with me here, and it's first to 5 points, which means that I'm in a very bad position right now, and the opponent doesn't even want to skip replay. I think the opponent is as confused as I am. So here we are, 2-4, match point. We're not going to let them win so easily though, are we? Ooh. There you go, get the drop shot, and the smash. There you go, works every time. 3-4. And if we get to 4-4, it's going to be a 2-point clear, like in regular badminton rules. Without further ado, let's skip replay, because we've already seen the win. We know how it goes. We don't need to watch it again. Boom, smash to the other side of the court. Give it a little drop, and a smash, and a drop, and smash. Yeah, here we go. This is getting them. Yeah, once again, you can angle where the shuttlecock goes with your badminton racket, or in this case, the Joy-Con. Acting as a badminton racket, I guess. Yeah, every single time I want to let it fall below my hip and do a lift like I would in real life badminton, but you can't do lifts in this game, you can only do shots like that. Nope. Again, I wanted to go and do a lift. but you can't do that. You have to keep the badminton racket up high in this game. So yeah, trying to play the game like it's a physical round of badminton is technically what got in the way there, so I'm going to lose a little bit of my rank, but that's okay because we're going to have a second match here to see if I can redeem myself. But this is a good game period. I love how intricate the motion controls are, even if badminton just boils down to a game where you do this for 5 minutes straight. Technically that's what it should be, that is the most effective way to play badminton. But I don't play it that way. Again, I try to play a bit more like a physical game. I try to do lifts, but you have to keep it above head height. A little bit inaccurate with badminton that way, because if a smash is coming at you right for body, then you're not going to do that to reflect the shuttlecock. Has Nintendo ever played a game of badminton before? I doubt it strongly. But yeah, we're going to now wait another 5 minutes to search for the opponent as I ramble on about how the motion controls in this game are good, just not necessarily an accurate reflection of real life. But then again, most games aren't. You know, most games simulate situations in real life rather than replicating them accurately. So we now have Fan of Neutral, a Bartek.
Here we go.
This is going to be an interesting game, one I'm probably going to lose. So much about my redemption arc. Make sure I have plenty of space around me. Well, again, my room is small, so this is about as much space as I'm going to get. Let's skip over that, we have no need to watch again. We're going against a B+, folks, so I'm going to have to give this one my all. And you can tell from their customised kit that they've probably played a lot of this game, maybe too much of this game. When it comes to such sports, as you can tell, I have played it quite a bit. It's basically just badminton I play, this is the only one I play. Okay, they're going to do it high. I probably should have smashed that there, because I could. Okay, I have many questions. Like, sometimes, for Guy, you mean to do something and then your guy does the exact opposite of what you're intending them to do. Thank you for nothing, useless guy. Yeah, this B+ player is much better than the last one we faced. As you can tell... Whoop, whoop. There we go, we actually scored a point though, so already my redemption arc is taking shape. Okay, I am the server. Because obviously in badminton, whoever won the previous point gets to take the serve. And that point, that was not even my fault. Like, my guy walked over to it so goddamn slow. There was literally bugger all I could do there because the game was like, ha, you want to do something about this? Nope. Okay, let's put on some pressure. Oh. Probably could have smashed that then, but oh well. Can definitely smash that. Can't smash that. Okay, once again, I would like to know what was going on there, and there's no way my guy's going to dive for that. It is very easy to get frustrated after this game after not too long of the motion controls messing up, and this is after I praise motion controls as well. I'll make that be a lesson, never praise motion controls ever again. You know, it was meant to be a smash, but the game said no. There we are, it's more like, oh, come on! Why do you have to walk over to the shuttlecock at -5 miles per hour and then fumble? It's not like I'm controlling the movement here, unfortunately. These guys just kind of walk on their own, they have a mind of their own, so to say. Well, okay, fine. That's how the video wants to play it, that's how this game's going to play it. Looks like I'm going to be short of redemption arc this episode, but that's okay because I at least won for physical badminton games against Jeevs, and so really, let's be honest here, in the end that's all what matters. So let's leave this with the small shred of dignity I have left. Let's also grab my other Pascal Joy-Con while I'm at it, because these things look magnificent. When I first bought them in Nottingham and started applying them to my Switch, there was a couple next to me who were admiring them, and we had a nice conversation because they had younger family relatives who also had a Switch. But you know, let's be honest, my Joy-Cons look way better than theirs because I have the Pascal colours instead. I did not mean to press customise, but that's what's interesting in this game. You can actually customise your characters. You earn enough points and you unlock new gear, like we just unlocked the red ribbon right here, which actually looks pretty good. So we're going to wear that and then we're going to get out of here. You can also customise your emotes. So it is nice, it does motivate you to keep on coming back because those sets swap out every week or so, so you have to get the sets before they finish, and then you can unlock new sets when they become available. But enough about Nintendo Switch Sports. This episode of Skylanders Vlogging is officially coming to an end, so without further ado, let's roll that outro. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!